Girls love Beyonce. Girls love to fuck with your conscience. Girls hate when niggas go.
What's poppin'? It's your girl Custom Zai, and I'm back with another video. Today we are about to be doing a I'm gonna just give y'all some tips. For digital artwork, basically. I recently had got a question from someone asking about like digital art, and I never really thought that I would be like somebody would even ask for shit like that. I never thought I would be the one giving advice, because digital art has never really been my thing. Like, I'm more of a traditional media type of artist. As y'all know, I recently graduated from art college, and one of the things that the one that I went to was very much trying to get us good in every way, like every type of medium, every form of art making. I feel like I've touched it, I've tried it, and digital is one of them, and I've gotten pretty, I would say, proficient. I've gotten proficient with Adobe programs specifically. But I know a lot of my classmates, they use stuff like Procreate, stuff like that. And especially with me like learning tattooing right now, a lot of tattoo artists use Procreate too. But me, I refuse. I don't know. I don't refuse. I'm open to it, especially if and when I get an iPad. But as for now, I'm really cool with like Photoshop, Adobe programs, that type of thing. So so my first tip is actually find what program works for you, because like I said, I rock with Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop, for my digital work. I hate Illustrator real bad. That's an Adobe program, but I don't rock with it. I don't like it. But some people like using that for their digital work. Some people like stuff like ZBrush. Some people like stuff like what's that other one? Maya. Hate that real bad. Don't like that. Like I said, some people like Procreate. So yeah, you just gotta find your program first and foremost. My thing is Adobe Photoshop, like I said, and you'll find that tools kind of like they're the same. Like, there's essentially the same type of tools on all of those programs. They do the same things. They're used for the same things. They just have different names, different setup, different shortcut keys, stuff like that. But essentially, it's all the same. It's going to get you to like that final product that you're looking for. Also, I just realized I was naming like 3D programs with like 2D stuff. I mean, you can kind of do like, they do kind of intersect, but yeah, like Maya and ZBrush, that's mostly for like 3D type of stuff. Okay, so my second tip is to reference. And that's really one of my tips with just like art making in general, even when it comes to like traditional media work, but especially when it comes to digital, you want to find reference. You might be asking like, girl, what do you mean? I'm finna show you. Cause I've been on Photoshop all day, and yeah. In Photoshop, in like any program, you'll likely have different layers. I know y'all can't see none of this, so I don't even know why I'm doing that. But before I get to my like drawing layer, the layer where I start doing my like artwork on, I put in the layer just with the reference, and I can literally be anything. Whatever it is that you want to draw, get a reference for that. So this is what I wanted to draw. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, so this is my document. But before I even got to my final like piece, I have my reference. So you want to always have that, even if like you don't necessarily want to draw over it and copy everything the way that it is on the reference. You still just want to have it handy, because even if you just want to look at that for like inspiration or whatever, have it right there. And that's like the benefit of even doing digital work. Like, you can have something to where all you have to do is push a button and you can see exactly what it is that you're trying to do. You feel me? And like I was saying in a video before, some people be like, oh, you're cheating, you're tracing, da da da. But in all actuality, that's just the process. And if they don't respect it, if they don't rock with it, if you're trying to find tips to get to a better outcome, I'm telling you right now, get your reference. Yeah. So my next tip would be to work in stages. And this is also something that goes hand in hand with tattooing, or like just doing like tattoo design, stuff like that. But when you're doing digital work, you always want to work in stages and just like have different layers for those different stages. So like I said, there's very much benefits to working digital, and one of those is just like the easy organization of your process. I know with like a lot of artists and then like art making jobs, artist jobs, stuff like that, people are very interested in your process. So with digital work, it's very easy to like keep track of everything and organize everything and have everything to show for with working in stages. So by that I mean, boom, let me show y'all. So back to a blank document, right? So this is my first stage, the line drawing. Boom. And if you see, there's like little bits of color that's in there. That's where I accidentally like put the color on the wrong layer. That's a tip. Don't fuck up and put something on a layer that it's not supposed to be. This is like simple, whatever, easy fix, but make sure that you're in the right layer. Because I've had plenty of times, like when I first started doing digital work, where I would literally have to like do something all over again because I had it in like the wrong layer. But yeah, so you just want to make sure that you work in stages and have like your line work. And then the way I like to do digital work, and I'm kind of like not struggling, but it's different. Like, so my usual process with like digital work is, like I said, getting a reference and then organizing my process, my stages or whatever. So I have like my line work, and then next I'll have like my values. Something that I just like could not wrap my head around with digital work is like, how do they get like this color to be so like spot on? Like with traditional media, it just makes sense for me. Like I could sit down and do this shit with colored pencil. Crazy, right? Crazy. But you told me to do that digitally. How am I supposed to transition this color to that color and this to that and all that? How do I do that? And it's like, that's what was so hard for me to understand, transitioning from like traditional media, what I was already doing my whole like art career. Then I got to art college, and that's when I was forced to like learn how to do digital. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you like, how? And you would think it would be easier for me to do it digitally because like, I don't know, because like digital kind of like lays everything out for you in a way. Like, I don't know. And then there's that debate where like people are like, oh, is digital art even real art? Because it's, bruh, I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, so I found that the way that I was able to get like texture values, all that type of stuff, the way that I'm able to render digitally the way that I can traditionally is this middle step, which is when I add the values. So I'll just use black and I'll just play with different opacities and just build it up, you know, like just build up on stuff. So like the darks, I'll get to like the darkest part, so that'll obviously be at like 100% opacity, and then like the lightest part probably won't put nothing there, but I'll just go to like a 12% opacity and just work up from the dark, you know. Something I got a critique about like on my digital work when I was in school was like, your style digitally is so like painterly. And I get why they said that, because like I I'm not a painter, but like I am like more of a traditional media artist. So the way that I like do digital, it still looks like, I don't know, it looks drawn. It looks like I can't find the words. Let me see if I have an example of what I mean by that. This is from a minute ago too. This is like Christmas themed, so I know it was. Okay, so boom. This is the layer where I added the values. So if I unclick this layer, you can see here's the line work. I didn't even do the line work digitally. I just took a picture of like a pencil sketch that I did. And that's another cheat too. Like if you're not like the type where like your ideas and just flow of how you draw works digitally, then you can just start with doing it traditionally and then scanning in the image, or just taking a good picture of the image and putting it into your program. And then you can like draw over that if you want the line drawing to even be digital. But if not, just take that picture of your line drawing that you did like on paper. That's something too that really helped me at first, because it was just like intimidating to start with like a blank canvas on here, and it's like I don't even rock with digital in the first place. Like it's not finna be what I want it to be. So something you could do to very much like just get it started is go ahead and do it with like pencil and paper, and then take a picture, and then boom. So that's what I did here. But then after that is when I did the next layer of what I was talking about with the values. So here's the digital values that I added. And this is what I mean like by, you can see how it's like painterly. Like it still looks like it actually looks like I did that with pencil too, because I just worked with like a light opacity and just built up with it, you know? So that's something that helped me. And then from here, the last stage was the color. And this is the final look that I was able to get, and it looks good. So I just put the color over it, and then I wanted to like obviously keep the values that I put in there, but just with the color over top of it. So with that, you want to play with like the like type of layer that it is, the mode that it is. Sometimes it's like just normal, and you just take that off and find which one works for like the look that you're going for. That's gonna put the color over it and keep the values under it, you know? That's pretty much how I do my digital pieces. Like I'll draw them out on pencil and paper, scan it in, do a line drawing over that. Sometimes not. Sometimes I'll just keep like the traditional media line drawing. Add the values digitally, work with a light opacity and just build up on it for the values, and then add another layer for the final stage of color, and just play with the layer mode that it's on to make sure that the values show through for the color. So yeah, that's pretty much my process. Yeah, but another tip that I have though, brushes matter. This is something that I'm just now like starting to learn. Don't just stick to like the default brushes in your program. Like search around, look around, explore a little bit, experiment with the different type of brushes that is in your program or that you can download for your program. Because sometimes when you're looking for like a certain look, all you need is the right brush. And there are some brushes that will have your stuff looking like it is traditional, because like the brush is just like that. The texture that it has is really like that. I was pretty much sleep on that like this whole time, because now that I'm doing like tattoo designs or whatever, I'll do like traditional flash designs, and obviously those have like a specific texture to them. And when I want to do those designs digitally, like I'm not always going to want to sit down and like draw those out on pencil and paper or whatever. But when I do want to do them digitally, it's essential to like find a brush that is going to give that final look, you know? So yeah, always explore like the different type of brushes, explore the different type of tools in your program. Always like look up stuff if you don't know where something is. Don't just be lazy and be like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it this way, or I'm gonna just not do it that way. No, because that's holding your art back. Yeah, I'm really starting to understand that about digital. Like you might have to do some research, but duh. Like, what else are you supposed to do when you don't know about something also that's really helping me that I just now figured out was like smoothing or whatever. And it's not even like I just figured it out, but I'm just putting it to use, and now I'm like, oh, that's why. So like, yeah, the more like little shortcuts and different tools and just ways that you can finesse stuff, learn how to do it, because that's going to help your art in the end. That's going to help the final product, and that's going to help your productivity with digital art making. The easier you can make stuff on yourself, the better, period. I want to say there is something else I wanted to talk about with digital arts, but I guess my final thing, and this is like a given, save your motherfucking work. If you don't do nothing else, save it. Save it right now, yesterday, tomorrow, in 5 minutes, 2 seconds after you just put a line. Save it. Save it. Not only save it, back it up. Back it up. Have a backup. Put it on 10 different computers if you have to. Because baby girl, one thing that will throw you completely, you're gonna be through. Oh, I'm through. Is if you lose your work. Losing your digital work hurts so bad. Losing work in general hurts so bad, but like, obviously, what, Eagle finna come snatch my sketchbook? But this right here, everything on this computer, bro, oh my gosh. And whatever. Anyways, save your work as much as you can. You don't want to have any like mishaps to where you just lose an entire project or whatever, and it's little to nothing that you can do to get it back. So save. I wish there was more. I feel like there's more. If I didn't elaborate on something enough, please comment down below. Let me know. Ask the question. I'll be glad to try to help. That's pretty much all I have to say about digital. Like I said, I'm still learning every single day, as you should be too. That's what this human experience is all about. Not even just with this art shit, but just life in general. Keep learning, keep progressing, keep trying, keep going. The sky is not the limit by any means. With that being said, I hope y'all rocked with this video, and I'll see you on the next one.